Alright, here at Burr Oaks, GNCC. As you can tell, I could not get my bike to turn in that off-camber turn down there. I don't know, this one here too just felt a little loose, so I kind of pushed it to the outside a little bit so it didn't slide out. Just kind of feeling the track out here. Go up into the woods. This is my second GNCC, and the conditions are completely different from my first GNCC. Kind of pulled the whole shot there, and then gave up a couple of spots there before I got into the woods. I think I got credited with the whole shot before I kind of blew that second turn. And chasing a couple of guys through the woods here. Was really whooped out, so this is probably more normal for a GNCC type of track. Just the number of bikes and the amount, I guess, that the track has been ridden. I was kind of wishing I had like an extra click or two of rebound dampening on my rear end, because it took me a little bit to kind of figure out how to ride the whoops. Normally it is not as whooped out at the beginning, you know, so you kind of get used to it as you go through the day, but this track starting out, it was already whooped out pretty good. So the guy that was first in our class just fell there, so I'm running in second place right now. Just kind of feeling the track out a little bit, trying to figure out what everything's like, and as you can see, it's just super hard pack. Really dusty, of course, big dust berms. As you can tell, I just blew that one. Got just the tiniest bit high in that berm, and my front end just kind of tucked into that berm, and I let 3 more guys by. So that's kind of the fun thing about GNCC, really, is that if you choose your class properly, then you're running about the same pace as everybody else in your class. So if you make a mistake, generally you're going to lose a few positions right away. And same thing with other guys. If they make a mistake, generally you can sneak by. So that happens quite a few times on this race. I think I'm probably in 5th right now. I make it all the way up to 2nd by, I think, the second lap. I think I'm in 2nd, and then toward the end of the race, I make a couple of mistakes, and then I let a few guys back by late in the race. But I think I was only like a minute and a half out of 2nd place overall, so pretty even as far as all the riding goes. Placed first at the last race, and that was a super technical race. Maybe I'm just a little bit better at the technical stuff than just kind of the high-speed stuff like this. It's fairly rocky. You can see that there's a good number of rocks, but wasn't too bad as far as, you know, big nasty square edge rocks. It wasn't too bad. You just had to kind of keep your eyes open. This is all pretty flowy here. I would say most of the track flowed pretty well. Trying to find a spot to sneak by here. But might find one up here a little ways. Actually, I think later on this guy makes a little mistake, and I think I sneak by. Really wasn't a lot of mud at all this race. I could see where if it was raining or wet that this race would be a little bit tougher than what it was. Overall, I think a bike with linkage probably would work a little bit better in this type of track. A lot of fast, loops and stuff like that. I think the linkage bikes probably handle this a little bit better. I didn't really struggle for traction, but it was just kind of the way that my bike handled the loops and stuff. I think I have a PDS bike, and with no linkage, I think it suffers a little bit with this kind of a track. It's a good day to ride. It wasn't hot. I don't know what the temperature was. It was probably high 70s, maybe. I don't know if it made it into the 80s or not, but it was a good day to ride. A lot of the track was in the woods, so dealing with the sun wasn't a big deal. Starting to get warmed up now a little bit. Again, these long laps. I think we had like an 11-mile course, and then the big bikes, they opened up a new section for the PM race. I think they called it the Penton section. I watched Zach's onboard of it, and I was jealous he got to ride it because it was a really cool section. It was really tight. Had some pretty technical riding in it, like it would have been fun. Still getting a little bit used to the long powder burns like you have in these races. Like I think that's maybe the schoolboy class, possibly, and I think he might have went down or something. I don't think he came from a line behind us. Let him by and almost get by this guy. Definitely makes it a little more challenging when everybody in your class is kind of similar speed. Makes for fun racing. Dirt here is almost exactly like our dirt at the house. Mostly kind of clay, not much topsoil. So when you ride on it much, you get some powder and a hard base, and that's kind of what I'm used to. But you know how it is trying trying to take an inside line on this hardback. It's a little bit scary for sure. Right up here, yeah. So, gain a position there, the same way I gave the position up by making a little mistake in a turn. So now I can kind of try and run away here a little bit and try and catch up with, I think, third or fourth place. I think I might have been in fifth. So. This is one of those tracks that's dry and hard and full of rocks, and you just kind of one of those tracks that you don't want to fall down on. There's a guy that looks like he took a fall, probably fiddling around to see if anything broke. Your lines right, this stuff flows really well. But if you don't pick your lines right, then it's kind of hard to get a rhythm here. This section right through here was surprisingly had quite a bit of moisture in the soil, so you can tell it actually looks a little bit darker, and of course we're down in a valley, so a little bit more topsoil down in here. Kind of nice. As soon as you get back up out of here, then it kind of turns dry and hard as a rock again. As far as wet sections go, that was about the wettest, other than the creek. We're going to go through a creek here in a little bit. The creek actually got a little bit tough to get through. Pretty slick. I think on my third lap, I ended up dropping my bike in that creek section, and that's where I really lost my positions. I gave up about a minute and a half or so by falling in the creek, and as close as we all were, that minute and a half probably was the difference between like a second or third place and then a fifth, which is what I got. I got fifth in this particular race, but the next three guys were all, I think, within a minute of me, so we were all really close. So you can't make a 1 minute mistake for sure, or you definitely lose 2 or 3 positions right away. few guys here. These guys are not in my class, but still got to get by them. I don't know why this particular line here was a horrible line, and I ended up taking that line like 2 or 3 laps for some dumb reason. As you can see, I just let a guy in my class by. I think that might be John Casey.
Inside! Inside!
Let him by and taking a dumb line there. So there again, one little bad line, and generally you lose a few seconds and maybe let somebody by. I'm just going to run along and try and keep up with John here for a while. Have a bad line choice here too. I seen him go straight, and I wasn't sure at the top of the hill which direction that this went. And you can see that left line took me quite a bit out of the way. So that was a bad line choice, but I didn't really know where that trail went at the top of the hill, so it is what it is. I can see the benefit of having one of those high-dollar e-mountain bikes, and being able to ride the course ahead of time for sure. But my understanding is those things start at about $5,000, so a little bit pricey for a bike. Plus it has a motor on it, or an engine, I guess I should say. I think we're coming down to the creek now, and I see, I think that's John. I think turning to the right, and then I'm kind of scoping out the lines here, and I know that the easy line is a lot harder, or a lot longer, I mean, so kind of make a last ditch decision to take the hard line, and I had to chase a few people out of the way to get going here. A little bit kind of bottlenecked up here, but able to get by everything okay. Kind of feeling it out this first lap. Going up over this hill too, and I'm sure it would have been faster just to take an immediate right over there and come right up the creek. First lap, you got to learn that stuff. Definitely a fun little section. Be a little bit easy on the throttle, that's for sure. The rocks were pretty slick. generally run soft terrain tires on my bike, and this was definitely not the track for soft terrain tires, that's for sure. I would have liked to have had some hard terrain or at least intermediate tires on. But I might have been able to sneak by on the outside there.
Thank you.
This track was definitely faster than the last track. I think feel it a little bit more the next day. Feel like you've been beat on a little bit more, just from the speed and all the whoops and everything you dealt with the whole time. Once I kind of got a handle on how to ride the whoops a little bit better, I was a little more happy with the bike. But yeah, pretty fast flowing track. Back at OXCR this weekend. We got a local race at Old 50 Farm on Saturday, so this will be a good warm up for that. And typically the races at OXCR they usually end up being an hour and a half, and I think the extra half hour actually makes quite a bit of difference. Most people can run pretty, they're fast paced for an hour and a half. Last 30 minutes, it sneaks up on you for sure. So I think it definitely separates the guys based on fitness a little bit more. I think this is the 10-mile marker. We're getting toward the end of the track now. Still the first lap, so a lot of lines to try to remember for the next few laps. Usually I have to take a bad line at least twice before I remember to not take it. And that can kind of come back to bite you. I think the guy up the hill there might be in my class. I think I might be sneaking up on him. This is only my second GNCC, so I definitely don't know all the riders in my class. You just got to kind of look at the helmet stickers. This section here, as you can see, was pretty hard. It was actually getting blue groove on it just from being so hard packed. Really just trying to tiptoe around them flat, hard corners. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed the race. The second GNCC. I think we'll be doing one more this year. Probably going to do Ironman. Had a good time.